is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap as well. Liverpool FC.
My idea was to build Liverpool into a bastion.
Okay, welcome to another episode of the Anfield South Preview Show. It's me, your boy Slim, back at it as always. And today, we got, 19 times Sam with us. We're saying, brother, long time no see?
Yeah, man, long time, man. Are you good?
Yeah, man, wicked, man. Good to see you, brother. Of course, Professor Paul with us.
What's happening, Slim? What's happening, fellas? You right?
Good to see you, bro. And like I say every week, the man I can't live without, pause. I'm saying, the man that the pod would not be possible without, everybody, when you're liking and sharing, like, throw up a big up for my boy, Engineer Sam in the building.
What's going on, people? lovely intro. It doesn't allow you to abuse me during the week, though. I'm just saying, like, in between pods.
Yeah, but this is what makes up for it, innit? Like, so the reason I can give you this praise is if I abuse you, because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I feel like a battered housewife, and I don't really want that.
But that's what this is. It's an abusive relationship. I say you do.
Yo,
Bro,
domestic violence,
you
we
know
do not condone.
Yeah, we don't condone
that. That's on them.
Only in comedy. Only in comedy.
Only in jest. Domestic violence is a serious issue, and we do not stand for that. But let's move. Right, so we're here to talk about Liverpool Wolves. Last time out in the Premier League, we played Brighton away. I'm sure everyone's aware of how that went. I think if you had to rate the performance out of 10, I think everybody would give that performance a 4. We were slightly injury hit as well. So let's come to you, Sam, and let's talk about our injuries. Who have we got coming off of the treatment table?
We need to be a bit more specific on the Sams.
Oh, sorry. True, you haven't been there for a hot minute. If I'm talking to other Sam, I'll call him Engineer Sam. Don't watch that.
Yo. So what was that question? Last performance against Brighton.
Who's coming off the treatment table for the Wolves game?
Okay, so Klopp had a press conference earlier, and he said that and Naby Keita are back in training and they're in contention to play. So yeah, 2 more added to the squad, and it's desperately needed because we're short of bodies.
Definitely, and young Nico Williams against Brighton, he struggled a little bit, but midweek against Ajax was slightly better. Would you be tempted to start him on Sunday, or would you throw Trent straight back in, Sam?
No, I think you got to play Nico. I think with Trent, he just come back from an injury. Last thing you want to do is aggravate that injury again. Play Nico. Hopefully Trent's got about 15 minutes in him towards the end if needed. But I'd go with Nico. He's coming off the back of a good performance as well. So hopefully that will boost his confidence.
Engineer Sam, how do you feel about Nico Williams playing at right back? Do you think Wolves might target him?
Do you know what? I'm really pleased for him because I dubbed him last week in the last pod, saying that he'd lost his confidence, and you could see how he grew after getting that assist, and he started to express himself a little bit more and actually got forward. I don't want to take that away from him, so I definitely would start him. I agree with Sam on that. As for him being targeted, I don't think they actually need to naturally target him because their front three is going to be offensive as hell anyway. So in terms of his defensive ability, I actually back him to be concentrated on what he's got in hand. So I'd play him. If it negates from what we have offensively on the right wing, fair enough. I'm not really too bothered about that because I'm a bit concerned about Wolves' front three. So yeah, I trust him. Let's just say that I trust him for this performance.
Fair enough. Okay, so me personally, I'd like to see Trent come back in. If I'm honest, I just think Nico Williams did improve in the last game, in the Champions League game. He was slightly better, got the assist. He will be buzzing, but I think in that position, we just can't afford for him to switch off like he did against Brighton and give away that penalty. I just feel like, you've had a good run, be grateful, sit back down, watch the master and learn. But it's just my opinion. Paul, going to the midfield, Sam said that Naby Keita's back fit. Young Jones had Curtis Jones had a great game midweek against Ajax. Got his first Champions League goal for Liverpool. And for me, that was the Curtis Jones that I like to see. Last time we spoke about Curtis Jones on the pod, well, I think it was it in the group? You were saying to me that he was playing quite a disciplined role. That's not the role I want to see Curtis Jones play. What he did midweek is the Curtis Jones I want to see. Would you be tempted to throw Navigator back in, or would you stick with the boy?
No, Jones. I mean, I've been a big supporter of Jones since he came in. I'm the first to coin the phrase. The mixed phrase, Steve McManaman. Do you know what I mean? he's wearing number 17 as well, and the kit is the same as back in '94. The collars, I swear.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress there. You know, I'll play him. I'll play him for as long as possible. I think he's really good. I think he's powerful. He's a big boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's actually got presence when he sort of strides around the pitch. He actually wins a lot of second balls. He actually wins a lot of interceptions. And what you were saying is true. Like, he was much more expressive going forward. I mean, it could have been because it was a home game. Who knows? And we wanted to get it done.
Expensive in the way they played.
Exactly. It was an open game, wasn't it? It was an open game. But yeah, he's got Dennis Locker, hasn't he? So yeah, I'd pick him. I mean, Keita, I'm a big fan of Keita in terms of his ability, but just like Trent, I would, and the other two boys, I'd go against you and I'd play Nico, because I think I actually read that they came back to training today. So okay, I guess they'll be training tomorrow, wouldn't they? I guess they'll be training tomorrow. So yeah, you know what? He'll probably play Trent. He probably will play Trent, even though we're thinking of his muscle injuries, and we're probably shook, aren't we, for all the injuries?
I just think the defense are positions that you don't change unless absolutely necessary. And I just feel like other positions you can drip feed players back in, but I think your back four, in order to win a title, need to be settled and stay together. And we've had such a disjointed back four that now is the first time it can sort of be back together with Matip and Fabinho, obviously. But yeah, so that's why I'm going that way. But
if Trent starts, they think he's 100% fit. Do you know what I mean? And if he's 100% fit, they're going to play him. So I guess there's that. But we're shook in it. So in the back of our minds, we're thinking muscle injury. It's now getting cold, but they're going to rest themselves. Next week, got Champions League.
Yeah. Next week.
Yeah.
He'll probably play Trent then. He'll probably play Trent.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? If he doesn't play Trent from the start, then Trent will play midweek in the Champions League just to get that match fitness. He won't play the whole game, but he'll probably get that match fitness. If Trent plays on Sunday and plays most of the game, then he'll probably rest him. But time will tell. In terms of Wolves, Paul, have they got any injury concerns, or are we pretty much expected the team they played last week?
Well, apart from I can't never pronounce his name, Raul Jimenez.
Yeah.
And all the football family, like supporters, sickening injury. And bloody hell, R.I.P. Diego Maradona. The man made me fall in love with football. But geez, so I think the front three are going to be Podence, who looks a player, Traore, and Neto. So in a funny way, I mean, he obviously Jimenez is the one who just bangs those goals, but they might create more chances and maybe miss him with that front three. It's going to be really fluid. It's going to be dangerous. I think Cody's playing, so and they've gone to back four as well.
Have they?
Which is against Arsenal they went to a back four, and it suited them because you need to adapt sometimes. I mean, back three is it's not a popular thing. So yeah, the only injury I can think of is the big striker. We wish him luck, but it's going to cause different problems for us.
Yeah. Sam, what kind of football do you expect Wolves to come and play at Anfield? Obviously, it's going to be the first time we're allowed 4,000 fans back in our tier.
2,000, that is.
2,000, yeah. First time fans going to be 2,000 fans, and I think if I'm correct, they're being spread over the cot and the main stand. So do you think that will affect the way Wolves come to play, or?
No, I think they're got a good manager. They've got good professionals. They've been together for a while, so I don't think necessarily the crowd will affect us. Although it will affect them, but I do think it will give us a little lift. In terms of how Wolves play, I've seen them a few times, and they're quite expansive. I mean, they're not. I think like when we played West Ham and Sheffield United, they sat deep, but while Wolves will defend well, they'll also attack well. And the boys have alluded to it earlier. Their front three, their attacking threat is real. They're really skillful. They've got creative little players that find little pockets and go at you. So I mean, I can see kind of where a few people might be fearful about if they attack Nico Williams, and given the kind of iffy performances he's had up until now. So I'm expecting them to come and play. I'm expecting them to kind of come and express themselves while also being solid in defence.
Good. Let's hope that they come to play, because obviously that makes a better game for us. Engineer Sam, where do you see the game being won and lost on Sunday?
I think it's how they set up. If they play with a three, I believe we'll get space in the wings with our fullbacks. And that would mean that Traore will be playing sort of a right midfield sort of fullback role. But if they play with the four, I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. I'd actually prefer for them to play with the three, because they're fullbacks come on, and hope that they actually come at us. They're not going to sit. That much is clear. I think another key thing is the counter attack. If they catch us in the counter attack, we're going to have a lot of problems. So I think really the wide areas is what it boils down to, and what formation they come with. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping for the three at the back.
What formation would you set up if you were Jurgen Klopp? Would you go 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1?
Now that we've got Naby back, I don't think he's going to start. So I think the load is going to be very heavy on Hendo and Winnie if they play a two. So I think I prefer for us to play a three on this occasion. And like Paul mentioned earlier, I'd probably keep Jones in there as well, just as that additional attacking threat. So yeah, I'd go for. I'm a big fan of 4-2-3-1 at the moment with the personnel we have, but for this game, I'd go for a 4-3-3.
Who's your three up front then?
Oh,
we got options at last. We got options at last.
That's a tough one, man. Do you know what? I was mad impressed with Firmino when he came on during the week. He looked like the old firms. You know, his touch was there, his vision was there, his strength was there. He didn't look like a goal threat, like as he hasn't been before, but everything else was there. And for me, that was like, wow, he's back. And with the fact that both Mane and Salah were a bit off, it kind of throws into question, is it possible to drop one of them? Yeah. Is it possible?
He's out to
I mean,
question.
for me, I would never, ever drop Mane, because I think he's the catalyst for everything good we do in terms of how he presses from the front. But I just feel like Jota has to start, and I feel like Firmino is coming back into his own. So if you're going to put me on the spot, I'm going to go for Mane, Firmino, and Jota.
Ooh. Okay, Paul, what about yourself? What would be your front three?
I would drop Mane. You know, I think he needs a rest.
Oh,
I think he needs a rest. Like, it's funny because listen, and I'm Mane's biggest fan. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's something's off. And look, I'm not go too like sideways, but we can't tell what's going to happen in the future with people who've had COVID. You can't tell. At the moment, I'll try and find it. We can share it on Instagram. There's a study going on with athletes to find out how they, he's lost that 0.5%, 1.5% of something, and I don't know if it's the tiredness or just off form. He is the type of guy who plays himself back into form. But check this out, yeah. We've got Jota now. He's scoring goals. To keep his confidence high, he should be treated as an equal now. We've got 4 bangers up front, but we need to play tactically. We need to play free midfield against Wolves, right? So whoever was the shitters in the last game gets dropped. Simple. You know what I mean? And that was Mane.
Fair enough.
That was Mane.
What about yourself, Sam? Who would you?
I'm tempted to. I think, I don't know, with it being against his old club, and he might have that bit of emotional attachment, I might actually rest Jota and play the usual suspects: Mane, Firmino, Salah. I think we saw it with like Brighton. They didn't play Lallana last week. And I think that was probably to do with the emotional connection he's got to the club. I think,
he's just a crook, bro.
No, that's because they knew that he last 6 minutes.
We get the emotional tattoo.
But no, I think if I had to, I'd go with tried and tested. I'd go with Salah, Mane, Firmino, and maybe just because that emotional element he may have, he may know the players and all that.
That's a good point, Sam, because it can actually go either way. Usually you think, oh, watch out, he's playing against his old club. Look at Sterling against us for at least 3 seasons until he got it together. He didn't do anything. He couldn't even trap the ball.
Yeah, but I think the Sterling thing was down to the crowd. When Sterling comes to Anfield, it's hostile.
Yeah, that's true.
It's enough. I don't think it's obviously different for Jota, but
you get my point, though, innit? It can go either way.
No, usually you back the old boy to come back and haunt his old club, especially the form Jota's in. But if you want my opinion as well, I think Mane has to be dropped as well. I think as good as he is, and he does start the press. He came on against Brighton, wasn't impressive for me. Started again midweek, looked okay in flashes, but still didn't look like the old Mane. So I think he could do.
It was slim. It was when he was trying to get round people. Like this sort of when he was side on with defenders, or trying to that's Mane's ball. He's just gonna put his bum into them and spin them. Wasn't happening.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just something a little bit off of him. I mean, I am reluctant to say drop Mane, but that's just my opinion. To be fair, I'm glad I'm not Klopp and I don't have to make that decision because, I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Do you know what I mean? If he drops, whoever he drops, if we lose or we're losing at any point, it's going to be, why isn't this person? So it's one of them ones.
And lads, we're not going to be surprised if he does play 4 up front because the option's there now.
Yeah.
The option's always going to be there.
Yeah, he went for that 4 up front option against Man City. So yeah,
I think he likes that 4-2-3-1 is the surprise attack.
It's a surprise. Yeah,
I think everyone's expecting 4-3-3. Even when they see the team sheet and they see like all 4 of them starting, and then it's just 4-2-3. And you've noticed in those games where he started with 4-2-3-1, we started fast and we've had chances, just haven't put them away, and teams will be like, whoa. So we'll see. Time will tell. 2 days until kickoff we'll see. Anyway, boys, it's time to get some predictions, man. Sam, I'm gonna come to you first, man. Since you haven't been there for a while, man, what do you think the score's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be a tight game. I think they're gonna be some nervy moments, and we're gonna have to weather the storm a little bit. But as always, I back my boys 1-0 Liverpool.
Engineer Sam, yourself?
I'm gonna go for a high-scoring game. I think it's 3-2 Liverpool. Open as fuck.
Okay. Professor Paul, what are you saying?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
You
I
snooze,
see
you
goals
lose me,
in
bro.
this one.
But
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, but just as long as
You always follow me anyway, Paul. Like you always follow me anyway. So carry on, it's fine. I don't mind.
Right.
Man. Do your thing.
I'm thinking now it's gonna be 0-0.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Nah, 3-2. 3-2.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be 3-1 if I'm honest. I think they'll definitely score, but I think 3-1. You know what I mean, nice home victory. Well, yeah, boys, that's it, man. You know what I'm saying, time flies when you're having fun and all that good stuff. Listen, people, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell your mum, your nan, the milkman, his illicit child, all of them people. You know what I'm saying? Do all that good stuff for me, people. But as always, I've been your boy Slim. Engineer Sam in the building.
Soon up, people.
Professor Paul.
Diego Armando Maradona.
And of course, we've got 19 Sam down there. Until the next time, people.
Peace out.